What is up, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's Rage, and today I'm gonna be making, uh, I would consider a family recipe called Aunt Veras potatoes. I've never seen anyone else make these before. I've never heard of them online. So I'm just gonna call them family recipe, though we probably got it from somewhere, but no one in the family seems to remember where. It is an adjacent to funeral potatoes, but in my opinion, is infinitely tastier. And all you need for it is a handful of ingredients and some time. So let me go ahead and walk you through what we have here. We're gonna need sour cream. Any brand will do, as long as it's just regular sour cream. Uh, Golden mushroom soup or can just regular cream of mushroom soup. This is my first time using golden mushroom, but I remember it tasted really, 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 really good. So I'm gonna try it with this and see if it makes the amphibious potatoes even tastier than they already are. You're also gonna need 2 sticks of butter, salted or unsalted, doesn't really matter. You're gonna need some unfrosted flakes. I don't know what they're actually called. I just call them unfrosted flakes. It's like frosted flakes, but without the frosting. So just plain. Um, Please don't try and use the sugary type for this one, cause no, just no, that's an abomination. You're gonna need 2 bags of hash brown style potatoes, and the ones with onions and bell peppers is the best. You can also do plain, but the onion and bell peppers makes the end product also more tasty. You're gonna need yourself count it, one Ziploc bag that you're gonna use to crush the unfrosted flakes up, and then obviously you need some cheese. Heck yeah, cheese. Alright, so first things you should do is start preheating your oven 350 degrees. This dish is going to cook for about an hour and 10 minutes or so. After thawing out your potatoes and starting to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, the next step you should do, in my opinion, is to try and use a paper towel and dry off your potatoes a little bit. You don't want them to be wet when you put it in your pan. Um, it just makes it take longer for them to cook, and it makes the whole thing a little bit more soggy than it otherwise would be. So just go ahead and take some paper towels, and I put the potatoes in a bowl here, and I'm gonna just use the paper towels to mix them around and pat them dry as much as I can. By the time you get finished drying your potatoes, your oven should be heated enough to go to the next step, which is melting a stick of butter in your pan. This just helps it so the potatoes don't stick to the pan, and also it just helps them get crispy. I mean, that's what butter does, right? Butter and oil, you use it to help cook things, make them crispy. And then once you put this in the oven, go ahead and get started on making your sauce, which I'll show you how to make soon. So while you wait for your stick of butter to melt, go ahead and start making your sauce. So the way this works is you use cream of mushroom soup, your sour cream, and cheese. Uh, the ratio doesn't matter too much, but typically it's like 2 cans of mushroom soup to like, well, let's say cups. Let's use cups as a measurement. Like 2 or 3 to 1. Um, to be honest, I've never been much of a measurer, as I'm sure you guys know. So I'm just gonna do whatever I feel works the best, and just hope it works out, because I don't really like recipes that much. I think that they just make cooking more complicated than they need to be. Okay, so it looks like we have just enough sour cream to match the cream of mushroom soup. So I'm going to go ahead and use a spoon to get the last little bit out of here. And this is what it looks like. I don't know how well it really shows up per se, but yeah, it really is like a 2-to-1 ratio. So go ahead and stir that all up until it's one homogeneous color. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, then I'll sound like a fool. This is what it looks like after stirring it. Go ahead and add your cheese. And just like most things, this really depends on how you feel. I personally love a lot of cheese, so I'm going to be adding a lot of cheese. Let's see, is that enough? Go ahead and mix it in and we'll find out, I guess. Do 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 do. Do I have enough room to add more cheese or not? I honestly couldn't tell you. Okay, I think it's. Yeah, I think I have enough room to add a little bit more cheese in there. And let me tell you guys, don't stir with a plastic spoon because it's very bendy and also is just not doing a very good job here. Alright, so I've added a crap load of cheese because I love cheese. I love when my Aunt Vera's potatoes is very cheesy. You can always feel free to add less if you're health conscious or you just don't have a whole lot of cheese or you're just doing like a little test batch or whatever to see if it's something that you'll like eating. Or, obviously, I mean, I don't think sour cream is gluten free, nor do I think the golden mushroom is, but I'm sure you guys out there who have, food concerns will find a way to make this healthy and edible for you. Okay. So we've combined it as much as we can. This is what it looks like. It's kind of less of a cream. Definitely way more solid than before because of all the cheese I added. So I probably would, if you have any more cream of mushroom soup or sour cream, I'd probably add a little bit more just to make it a little less gloopy. But for what it is, I only have the 2 cans, sadly. I think it looks just fine. Go ahead and check on your butter, see if it's fully melted. It is not. Alright. So, while that is still continuing to melt, which I thought, honestly, wouldn't take so long, go ahead and take your Ziploc bag. You can use a grocery store bag or whatever if you trust it. Really up to you. But you're gonna go ahead and throw in your flakes, your unfrosted flakes, because this is the topping to our delicious meal, and it adds a bite, it adds some crunch, and yeah. So I'm gonna add probably probably a little bit more than that. So like a third to a fourth of a bag is typically enough. Yeah, I think that's definitely enough. Yeah, I'd say that's about a third. If you spill it, well, make sure you get as much air out of the bag as you possibly can, because that'll just make it easier to crush it. But if you notice that you spilled any unfrosted flakes, go ahead and clean up off the table. I'm gonna throw this in the trash. There we go. Tie up my bag. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it over here. So, you have your bag of frosted flakes. Start crushing them. Start crushing them real nice. I personally prefer my pieces to be pretty fine. I'll show you the end result in 2 seconds, but I don't know, you could leave the flakes the way they are if you really wanted to. It's truly up to you how big or small you prefer your flakes to be on top. So this is basically what the finished product looks like. I hope you guys think it looks delicious because I certainly do. But then again, I do know what the end product's going to be like. So obviously now that you've finished assembling this, go ahead and put it in the oven and I will show you guys what it looks like after it's done cooking. Before I forget to tell you guys, make sure you cover this, wrap the top in aluminum foil. It just helps the whole dish cook more evenly, cook a little bit faster, and helps the top get a little bit more toasty. Alright, nerds, geeks, and gamers, our Aunt Vera's potatoes are done. This is what it looks like after you take it out of the oven. If you have a good enough pan, it shouldn't spill over the top or anything like that. That shouldn't have to be a concern of yours. Now, all you have to do is let it cool down a little bit, let it sit, and the top will get a little more crispy while it sits here, because the moisture can actually evaporate and go places. So, I'd say give it 5-10 minutes, and then you're ready to eat. Food's finished cooling down, and it looks delicious, at least in my opinion. Super cheesy. Oh, yeah. Still really warm. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite and see what I think about using the golden cream of mushroom. Mm. Mm. Oh my god. Delicious as always. Um, I don't really notice the difference between regular cream of mushroom and the golden cream of mushroom, but let me tell you something. This shit smacks. I highly recommend making it. It can last you 2 days, 3 days. It's good for making for like picnics or cookouts, stuff like that. Um, Let me know down in the comments below if you guys ended up making this, and if you did, if you liked it. Um, if you didn't like it, let me know what you think could be improved. But yeah, this is my family recipe that I've never seen anyone else ever make. Never heard anyone else call it Aunt Veras potatoes either. So please try it. Let me know what you think. I'm really interested in knowing because to me this is one of the tastiest side dishes I could ever make. And I grew up eating it. I'm probably gonna die eating it too. And this is something that I'm definitely gonna pass down to my children or gonna teach my brothers and sister someday. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to get notified when I go live or release a video. It really helps me out and makes me more motivated to continue streaming and making YouTube videos and stuff like that. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.